We'll check on more of those with Scott Palmer later, but Longmire, Allison, Romero and Ishenko all have problems. That is not good. Now out to Princes Park, Carlton and Sydney. You looked at that game on paper and you would have scratched your head and said, so what? Yes, I'll have another cup of tea. Well, it didn't exactly turn out that way. In fact, it was quite an extraordinary performance. First up, let's have a look at some of the highlights of the first 3 quarters. Carlton and Sydney.
Neil runs onto it from 45 metres. Good-looking kick. Gave it a hook and might have scored here. Goal.
No mark to Carlton as Welsh tried to crash his way through. Now a chance for Bryce. He's looking for a hand pass. Hooks it back on the left foot, Paul Bryce. Oh, he's kicked this. Top goal. 50 metres, as you said, Gerard. Now he's chipping it across. Look at this. They've got an extra man here. As Scholl can just stroll into an open goal and go back and kick a goal. Off the ground. Socket forward for the Swans towards half-wide. Here's Werner. He gives it across to Murphy. Is it kicking it goal? And he's put it through for a great goal. So forward pocket. Tapped down by Madden that time. A chance here for Werner. Around the corner, Michael Werner. A great kick by Werner. Oh, top goal. He will kick from 60 metres, so the distance a big doubt, but he'll kick it a long way. Here it is up towards the square. Is it a mark? I think it is. It is a mark now. Now he's going to kick it on the left boot. Simon M-CONNELL has goal.
If he poor kick, a wobbler. Now Werner onto it. Now Creswell is not a bad kick for goal. A good kick.
And Madden a quick kick to the half-forward line. Bryce back, tries to mark. Oh, free kick. It should have been to Kelly. Was thumped around the head. No free kick. Here's a quick hand pass to Heaver. Williams receives from FRASER Brown and Greg Williams slams it through. Goal to Carlton, they're in front.
Good kick. Handball by Heaver. Now Hannah runs away. Handball okay. Swept out by Ratton. On the run, Heaver. Good finish.
Well, the Swans arrived late at the ground, but you'd never know it at 3/4 time. Carlton just holding the edge, 15-10-100. Sydney 12-8-80. You may have seen David Murphy there today. He was promoted for his final game, and good luck to him before he gives it away. We'll go back to the action now in the final quarter, and there's some 21.5 minutes remaining. Carlton at this stage looking comfortable. They've added a behind to lead by some 21 points.
This is Mooney chipping it across to Creswell and back to Mooney. Another chip pass to the half-back line. Dean McRae, former North Melbourne player.
Mooney, of course, started on the half-forward line. Played quite well early for the Swans, but now in defence.
Now the big fist comes over the back and thumps it over the line. It's on centre wing. Been a top game of football this, because the Swans have been very competitive when many people felt they wouldn't be. Had some good performances on this ground though, the Swans. Now there's David Murphy with a quick hand pass. He was looking there for Dunkley. Taken away there by Spalding. Spalding chips it wide. The running player out there is FRASER Brown. He's legged, and the umpire spotted that. And a free kick to FRASER Brown. He'll look for Kernahan. He's one out. Out comes Kernahan, but chipping into that hole there. It was a poor kick by Brown, and Murphy read it well. On to Lawson. Lawson, he went for the big torpedo punt off the side of the boot. Daniels versus Hannah. Well played, Jason Daniels. Terrific play. Can't get in a hand pass, though. Hannah is there. Daniels at the back. Hannah at the front. And umpire Andrew Coates will come in and bounce on centre wing.
Well, the Swans have sadly sorely missed Scott Waters. He didn't appear since half-time. We can only assume he's got an injury. He had 15 possessions up to half-time and was quite a good player for the Swans.
McCormack and Daniels. Here's Bradley looking for Kernahan. Good play by Mooney to tap it away. Carlton attacking. They really need another goal for Sealy, you'd think. They lead 15-11 to 12-8. There's still a bit of life in this match yet. Kernahan got around the back of Bayes. Heaver just forced it forward. Kapler's left-hand handball was good. Bayes off one leg, up to centre wing. Osborne tried a one-hander. Kelly overran it. Hasn't been the captain's best game. Now Williams, good feel Williams. A diesel, beautiful to Ratton. To centre half forward. And running back, taking good mark was Powell. Not much pressure though by Sydney then. But again Williams, the architect.
Young Rob Neal will have to learn that he must follow his man into the contest. He was the one that needed to apply the pressure there. Put his body on the line.
Rick Williams, 18 handballs, Bruce.
Oh, he's great to watch, Peter, no doubt about that.
You get no possession for that little tap out that set up this goal.
Powell has kicked one, gives it a hook, misses, so Kernahan and Powell have both missed. You'd say if either of them went through, it would be the ball game, but a 15-12 to 12-8, it only needs a little goal down the other end and it's still alive. Bays to bring it back in. Can Sydney finish the year off with a glorious victory as he goes out wide?
No mark. Socket off the ground by Mooney to the centre of the ground. Kelly was grabbed and he didn't have it. Umpire Peter Cameron, a good view of that. There's Paul Kelly from the centre. Kicks it out to the half-forward line. He was looking there. Oh, no mark. It was Dunkley he was looking for. Earl Spalding breaks the tackle. It was indirect play by the Swans. Spalding in towards half-forward. Up they go. Over the back, Fraser Bound. Oh, dummies the hand pass. Then kicks. And eventually it rolls over the line deep in that forward pocket. 14 and 14 for Fraser Brown. He's really tried hard. Deep in that forward pocket. Welsh and Bays doing the ruck work. It's tapped further afield to Creswell. Creswell off the ground. Fraser Brown caught. That's holding the ball. It must be. And a terrific tackle by Robbie Neal. And he'll take the kick in the back pocket.
Still goes towards the boundary line. Good kick out to Rose. Rose's handball to McRae. Still not a goal in this final term. We've been going for a while now. Up to half-forward, punched away, out of play. Good footy by the Blues in defence. Spalding doing well back there. So neither team able to crack it for a major in the last term. Madden and Rose. Rose won the tap cleverly. Brunton's quick kick up towards full forward. Minton-Connell behind Silvani. Ricocheted off Sexton. Silvani clever to Sexton. It was good combination. Back into the centre square. Welsh went up high. Thumped away though by Mooney. Read well by Powell. Little chip pass to Kernahan. Now Heaver. Clever. Trying to get it back to Kernahan. Handball to Powell. Powell's handball not good. Kapler. Defensive looking kick by Kapler to centre wing. Kelly racing in front of Ratton. And out of play. Unable to control it. Throw in at half forward. Sydney attacking. Madden and Rose. They lock arms. And free kick that time to Madden. Just defensive side of centre wing.
Big Justin. Oh, this is close to the boundary line. No mark. So it'll be a throw-in. Welsh was the diving Carlton player. It's on centre wing. 15-12 place, 12-8. It's been a tight contest all day. Rose and Madden. The big leap again by Rose. A 10-metre punch to the half-forward line. Allows the youngster McMahon almost a head clash then. Off the ground by Osborne was terrific football. Silvani versus Minton-Connell. Silvani goes past the ball. Minton-Connell a chance. Oh, Silvani, desperation plus. Still a chance though for McRae. He can race into an open goal. Dean McRae stabs. I think he's kicked this. Yes. So Sydney's still alive. Dean McRae's first. The name of the game is Australia.
When you have the tradition, the pride, and the spirit, it shows in everything you do.
What if my name wasn't in lights? What if my face wasn't on TV every other second? What if there wasn't a crowd around every corner? What if I was just a basketball player? Can you imagine it? I can.
When life gives you an unlucky break, there's a bank that can help you out. A bank with mortgages so flexible, we can adjust payments if need be. Till you're back on your feet again. Which bank can adjust mortgage repayments? The Home Loan Bank.
This is great. You know, it's incredible the sounds you get. Close your eyes, you think you're in a concert hall. A multi-valve 1.6-liter engine. Very nice. You know, you made my day with this buggy. Now, let me ask you, how much just for the radio?
Monday,
excuse me,
caught red-handed in our hidden camera honesty test.
Let's be reasonable. Let's be reasonable.
Goody-goody or closet thief?
Next time I'll take it back, I promise.
Real life, 6:30 Monday on 7.
Madden in the front spot, wins that tap clearly, gives Bradley and Brown the run. Bradley well played, shepherded for Brown. Brown back to Bradley. Bradley, handball was interrupted. Very well done by Murphy. Murphy's been good today. To McRae, it's his last match, Murphy, and he's making it memorable. McRae at centre wing, kicked the goal a moment ago. Kick to Dunkley, Sydney not out of this. Dunkley goes inside. Osborne, Ken thumper footy, running it sideways. Could go all the way here, Richard. Goes bang, lets loose, It's close. It's very close, it's a goal. What a great goal by Osborne. And Sydney is very much in this contest at 14-8 to 15-12.
Well, he certainly lifted his personal rating, Richard Osborne. Last 2 goals of the Swans have been a direct relationship to his own performance. I thought he was perhaps going to be too far out, but we know he's a booming kick. A great individual performance by the ex-Fitzroy captain.
Next goal, absolutely vital. Peter Cameron bounces it down. 10 points the margin. Big Madden's hands go up. Here's Kepler a chance. A sweeping hand pass. David Murphy jumps onto it. Kicks it long. A chance for a mark up here at full forward. M-CONNELL. Over the back, Big Stafford versus Sexton. Silvani is there. Steve Silvani and M-CONNELL. They're pushing and shoving. Racing after it's Werner. He goes to ground, gets in a hand pass. Umpire calls play on. Jamie Lawson goes without it. Ratton with desperation. Oh, look at this in the clinches. It's good stuff. That was Heaver. Now McCormack. A quick kick out of defence. Osborne again. Clever hand pass. Here's Robbie Neal having a kick for goal. Oh, don't tell me there's another one. No. Oh, I thought he was going to put the 2 fingers up, Gerard.
Well, the crowd was so silent behind the goal line, it was almost reminiscent of the Crows or Eagles crowd.
It must have been very close, because the crowd didn't react at all.
But well done to Richard Osborne. He's been instrumental in the last 3 attacking moves from the Swans. Certainly has got a sniff.
Silvani Williams fended Brunton off, went to ground. Murphy to sweep. Important ball to be won. Williams brings him to ground. This is still important play. Brunton worried out of it by McKay. Goes forward. Good desperation by Murphy. He's got it underneath him. Bad luck. Bad luck.
If you drag it in, that's the rule. If you drag it in underneath
he was a bit stiff.
He was stiff.
The effort was there. Heaver's kick up towards Welsh. Sydney desperate. So should Carlton be. Murphy taps it forward. Fraser Brown, I should say. Must have been thinking of Murphy Brown, I reckon, Pete.
I hope that's on Channel 7, is it, Bruce?
I don't watch telly, Pete. I've got no idea. Throw in at half forward. Don't you read the truth? Here's the throw in. Mooney and Welsh. Mooney wins a tap. Fraser Brown, high ball. Kernahan versus Bays. Bays stood his ground, concedes a behind. Well played.
He's done well, Bays, Gerard, hasn't he?
Well, he has matched up on Kernahan and beaten him on a number of occasions. Of course, there was a lot of furore when he lined up there in the State of Origin match last year. Selectors coming in for plenty of curry from the Channel 7 commentators.
Well, here's the kick. Creswell's been a good player. On towards Robbie Neal. Werner, a free kick, was held, and it was a mark anyway, I feel, to Michael Werner. Well, if they get the next one, the Swans. Now he's kicking in towards the pocket. He should have been kicking long, but Osborne's there. Oh, mark to Osborne. He plays on, hooks it back on the left foot. It starts to swing. Stafford! Oh, no, 1 point.
I think the move of David Murphy up into the middle of the ground has been an important one from Ron Barassi. Swans were lacking some class there, no one to win the game for them, and he has provided them that spark.
Kernahan onto the ball, Bruce.
Takes the mark from Silvani. Was going to go to Alvin. The captain holds it up. They need to lift. Centre wing. McMahon set himself, backed himself in. Bay's got a high tackle, free kick.
The Swans have got to open up their forward line here because Bayes could kick it to within 30 or 40 metres of the goal.
Oh, Mark Bayes.
Lazy, wasn't it? Loose kick.
Now, why wouldn't you kick it from there, put pressure on, kick it to centre forward, where put pressure on those Carlton defenders?
Well, his captain led to half forward and he kicked towards him. It was a poor kick and probably not a good lead. Here's Werner, who can kick a footy. Going for it from 50. Hugging the boundary and kicking it out.
Well, we saw up the other end of the ground a couple of occasions. David Murphy centred the ball. It was good team play on that occasion. He just needed his teammate Werner to do exactly the same.
Kicked 2 out of bounds on the fall in this last quarter, Werner. Silvani gets a bit of distance this time. Madden and Rose. Rose has done that all day. Swift handball was okay by McMahon. Brown was caught. Rose to Kelly. Kelly now to set it up. Daniels back there. Minton Connell, well played, Silvani. So Sydney deep in the right forward pocket. 14-10 to 15-13. They're hanging in hard, the Swans.
9 points. The margin. The Blues in front. Madden and Rose. Oh. Now, who's free? It is a Swans free to Dunkley. Now, this is a big test of all time.
And he's getting coaching lessons there.
Oh, boy, this could go anywhere. There he is, flying over the back, and then he's caught high. But Andrew Dunkley, we have really knocked him about his kicking. He's an ugly-looking kick. He might do the miraculous here and put it through. Let's see what he does. Andrew Dunkley, he doesn't have many shots at goal. Oh, it's out to the right, starts to swing. Actually wasn't too bad in flight, but just the wrong direction. But they're creeping up there, point by point. They're now only 8 points down, the Sydney Swans.
Silvani takes a chance, then gets around Stafford a little bit too easily in the end. Into the centre, well played McRae. Brunton read it well, deep kick was a good one. Kelly set himself, Osborne onto it. Off the ground, Richard Osborne across the face and behind. 14-12, 15-13. Osborne's been a big lifter for Sydney.
Yes, well, it wasn't a percentage shot at goal, but sometimes games are won by doing the miraculous. I think when the game's in the balance, you can forgive a player from abandoning the actual principles of the club.
Sydney's had a lot of scoring shots of late. 3 points in the last few minutes. Short to Sexton. It's been a while since the Blues have been deep in attack. Sydney dominating the play, but not the scoreboard. Kernahan in the front spot. Creswell, Bradley, well played. Very well played. Heaver got away this time from Murphy. To Hogg, who's come onto the ground. Little chip one, okay. Good footy. To Powell. So Hogg and Powell have played cameo roles today, but Bradley was probably the one that won that footy. Powell with a goal. Can he kick his second? He does. And that could be it. 16-13 to 14-12.
The name of the game is Australia.
RACV Claims Advisory, Kay speaking.
He's kicked 4. Simon Minton-Connell, former Carlton player. They own a hotel, a drop kick from this ground. And I think he still only trains in Sydney once a week. Is that right, Gerard?
Yes, much to the disbelief of a lot of people involved in Sydney. However, that's what's written in the contract.
Now, if he kicks this goal, the margin will be 7 points again. Simon Minton-Connell across the face. They need a mark. And almost taken and then shoved over the line by All Spalding. So it'll be a throw-in deep in that forward pocket.
Been a great battle, though, between Minton-Connell and Silvani.
Madden sets himself, Rose, well played over the back. Daniels, Waters back on the ground, Gerard.
Well, surprising move. He was taken off for disciplinary reasons, because he was quite good for the Swans early in the piece.
Again, Rose with a running jump. Here's Waters. Twist, turns and kicks a goal. A great goal by Waters. 15-12 to 16-13.
Well, this is quite extraordinary, this Scott Waters. I just imagine he has got an injury, and Barrass has said, well, to hell with it. Back on you go. You've got all summer to recuperate. Because he was one of the shining lights for the Swans in the first half. One of their few winners.
This centre bounce, vitally important. Gavin Rose has been magnificent, the centre bounces. He jumps again and wins it. Here's Brunton going in to do the shepherding. He was held. Free kick to Neil Brunton. Now he's right in the centre. Boy, if they get the next goal, they'll only be a point down. Then it is anyone's game. Neil Brunton in towards the pocket. Simon Minton-Connell, the big fly at the back by McKay. Taken away by Silvani. He kicks wide and it bounces over the line half forward for the Swans.
I think it's time Paul Bryce came back onto the ground also. Greg Stafford perhaps not quite experienced enough at this vital stage of the game.
Madden gets his hands on it. Williams' handball to Bradley. Bradley's quick kick under pressure. Mooney well played. Gave it over to McMahon, who did the right thing by not handballing. Goes towards Dunkley. Spalding at the back. Dunkley in the front. No free kick. Madden stops, props, turns, gives it to Ratton. Ratton with a high ball back into the centre square. Good mark taken by Brunton. Gives it away to Murphy, who's been excellent. Lovely looking kick. Lawson could go on and kick a goal. 50 metres out.
Oh.
Point.
He could have run further, couldn't he? Instead,
goal the difference here at Princess Park.
Well, the whole thing is it's still on their forward line, even after this kick out.
Once again, though, there was no lead from Minton-Connell.
Yep, I agree with you entirely. There's Brett Ratton giving it back to Silvani. Silvani, oh, dangerous. It comes up, though. Andrew McKay, gone. Umpire calls play on. Who'll end up with it? They've got it. Rose, an open goal. Head pass. Minton-Connell. Oh, scores 11. Who would have believed this?